In this video, which I'm taking with my phone because I'm uploading another video from my camera already, I want to talk about a hand crank. This is my Singer Spartan from 1959, quilting, and the difference in quilting with a hand crank. Now, I'm not going to touch the fabric. I am standing, but I've got my walker behind me, and if you have one, you know that sometimes they get in the way. So let's just watch how this sews. So that is about 4 inches into the fabric, and all of a sudden it's starting to turn a little bit. Now, I've talked to a couple of people on Treadle On, which is an email list now on IO, and I can add the link. And some people are saying it's because the feed dogs, the type of feed dogs that are on a Spartan or a 99, someone suggested tightening the presser foot pressure. So I'm going to do that and see if it helps. So let's pretend I'm just starting now, and let's see. And it just doesn't go straight, even with the presser foot pressure increased a little bit. But it doesn't go off by much either. So when I'm using a piece of, this is cross-stitch fabric, obviously this is a light piece of fabric that I could guide with one hand without a problem. But when you're dealing with a large quilt, normally with most sewing machines, you have the ability to guide the fabric with both hands. When you're using a hand crank, you only have one hand. So again, on this type of fabric, that's not a problem. But if you picture a large quilt, you know, say a twin size, and all that fabric is to the left of the machine, you're going to end up fighting the quilt. So it's going to take some practice. Now, just to show you what type of feed dogs are actually on this, one is shorter than the other, as I think you can see there. There we go. See how one is longer and the other one is shorter? So that may have something to do with the way that the fabric feeds on a Spartan or a 99. The reason I'm switching to my Spartan is because I need a fairly lightweight machine that I can pick up and move. This one weighs 25 pounds. My 99 with the wooden base weighs about 30 pounds. My Brother electric is actually much lighter at about 12 or 13 pounds. But with a walker and a wheelchair and a foot pedal and cords, I found that I couldn't keep. I kept getting tangled up in the cords, whether it was from the wheelchair leg extension or even the wheels on the walker here. So a hand crank is really going to do best for me. I can use my 1588 as a hand crank, and which technically would then mean it was converted to a 1589 according to Miller on Treadle On. When it's a treadle or an electric, that's how the 88s were initially issued, and the 89s, 1589s, were issued as hand cranks. But that machine weighs 30 pounds without any base. So you have to consider a lot of different things when all of a sudden you need a machine that hopefully doesn't have any cords in the way and is easy to run, even if it's hand crank, and I'm going to keep exploring what may help with having the fabric just go straight. Now what I did there was just touch it lightly and keep it on track, and it's not turning the way it was a moment ago. And if it's that simple, then maybe it's that simple. So we'll see if I run into more clues or tips that will help with keeping the fabric straight as I use my Singer Spartan from 1959.